While starting writing a thesis, dissertation, or research paper, we always face one big problem. Our topic feels too broad. We choose a general idea, but later we realize it has too many directions, too many variables, and too much information. Because of this, many people get confused and do not know how to make the topic more focused. You can follow these steps to narrow down a broad research topic. Pick a general direction you are actually curious about. Start with a wide area instead of trying to form a perfect question. For example, think about something like sleep patterns in high school students. At this stage, you are not trying to be specific. You are just choosing a topic that feels interesting enough to spend time on. Research takes effort, so if the topic feels boring from the start, it becomes hard to continue later. Write it down in a simple way like student sleep habits. That is your base idea. Look at what researchers are already talking about. For this step, you can use a simple prompt like this on ChatGPT. Please give me 3 Google Scholar open access articles on this topic after 2020, and then include your broad topic, such as sleep patterns in high school students. After that, open each article provided by ChatGPT and check whether it is actually from after 2020 and truly open access. Only then should you use the articles. Next, copy the discussion sections of all 3 articles. The discussion section is very useful because it explains the findings and limitations, which makes it easier to identify research gaps. You can also read the articles yourself, or simply ask ChatGPT to analyze them by giving instructions like, analyze these articles and extract research gaps. After that, paste each discussion section one by one and clearly separate them using labels such as Article 1, Article 2, and Article 3, followed by their respective discussion sections. This helps ChatGPT clearly compare differences across studies. Here you can see that ChatGPT has identified different gaps from each article. For example, a gap such as, although electronic device use is discussed in the literature, the study did not measure timing, duration, or pre-sleep screen exposure, which is critical for understanding adolescent sleep disruption, can be further used to narrow down and refine your research topic. Moving from a research gap to specific topic ideas. Now take this research gap as your starting point. Although electronic device use is discussed in the literature, the study did not measure timing, duration, or pre-sleep screen exposure, which is critical for understanding adolescent sleep disruption. This gap tells you something important. Previous studies talked about phone use, but they did not clearly study when students use screens, how long they use them, and what happens right before sleep. So now your job is to turn this missing information into smaller topic ideas. For example, you can create ideas like, phone use timing before sleeping, duration of screen use at night, pre-sleep screen exposure and sleep quality. Each of these is more focused because it directly connects to the gap. After writing your ideas, check each one using simple questions. Can I actually study this with real students or real data? Is this still too broad, or is it now focused enough? Has this exact idea already been fully studied? Can I measure it clearly, for example, minutes of screen time or hours of sleep? Converting the idea into a clear research topic. Now take your strongest idea from the gap, such as phone use timing before sleeping. This is still a general idea, so you need to make it more specific before it becomes a research topic. To do this, you break it into 3 simple parts: who you are studying, what exactly you are focusing on, how you will measure it. Now build your topic using these parts. For example, pre-sleep mobile phone screen exposure among grade 10 students and its effect on sleep duration. Now make each part very clear. Who you are studying, grade 10 students. This tells you exactly which group you are studying, what exactly you are focusing on. Pre-sleep mobile phone screen exposure. This means you are not studying all phone use, only use before sleeping. How? Sleep duration measured in hours. This is the exact thing you will measure. When these 3 parts are clearly defined, your topic becomes focused and narrowed down. Checking if the focus is already fully covered. Before finalizing, quickly compare your refined idea with existing studies. You can see here that most articles focus on screen use at bedtime, but none of them specify it to grade 10 students. So, it means that now we have narrowed down the topic. If you find that many papers already study general phone use and sleep, you do not need to abandon your topic. Instead, adjust the angles slightly based on the gap. For example, you can focus more specifically on duration of exposure, since gap shows these factors were not measured properly. You might also narrow it further to a specific group like students in morning school shifts, where sleep disruption may be more visible. The goal is to refine, not completely change the idea. Writing and testing your final research question. Now you combine everything into one simple and clear sentence. A good research question should be short but complete. For example, does pre-sleep mobile phone screen exposure affect sleep duration among grade 10 students? Now test your question in a very simple way. Read it to someone who is not in your subject and check if they understand. Who is being studied? What exactly is being measured? What relationship is being tested? If they understand all three parts easily, your topic is clear and properly narrowed. If they feel confused, it means your question is still too broad and needs further simplification.